Welcome to my channel Exploring Mathematica. If you like the channel, please subscribe and don't forget to hit the bell so that you will receive further videos. Every science, every subject has its own scope and limitations. In this video, let us try to know what are the scopes and limitations of homeopathic mathematica. Homeopathic mathematica is the record and collection of symptoms produced by a drug on healthy human beings. So we find this in Hanuman's Organon 6th edition in the aphorism 143. So a true mathematica is one where we have a collection of real, pure, reliable modes of action of simple medicinal substances, wherein is recorded a considerable array of the peculiar changes of the health and symptoms ascertained to belong to each of the powerful medicines as they were revealed to the attention of the observer, in which the likeness of the disease elements of many natural diseases to be hereafter cured by them are present, which in a word contain artificial morbid states that furnish for the similar natural morbid states the only true homeopathic, that is to say, specific therapeutic instruments for effecting their certain and permanent cure. In aphorism 144, Hanuman says, from such a materia medica, everything that is conjunctural, all that is mere assertion or imaginary should be strictly excluded. Everything should be the pure language of nature, carefully and honestly interrogated. This is what we find in Materia Medica Pura. We all know that homeopathic Materia Medica is constructed differently as compared to other Materia Medicas. Stuart Close, in his Genius of Homeopathy, calls Materia Medica as a rogues gallery, portrait gallery of diseases by which we may identify the thieves who steal away our health, comfort, and bring them to justice. Set a thief to catch a thief. That is, the drug which has produced symptoms will treat similar set of symptoms in the sick individual. In the Dictionary of Practical Mathematica by Dr. J.H. Clark, he says every homeopath is his own mathematica maker. Every homeopath must have his own mathematica for himself. It is not alone what an author offers to a reader, it is what the reader can get out of his author that tells. Now, let us try to know what is the scope of homeopathic mathematica. Drugs are proved on healthy human beings. Symptoms are collected by proving the drugs on healthy human beings of different ages, both sexes, and different constitutions. During drug proving, we get a wide range of symptoms which can be applied on sick individual in various disease conditions. Without clearly knowing the pathogenesis, drug substance and its effects on healthy human beings, it is not rational to apply it on human being for curative purposes. If more drugs are proved, the physician is in a position to find out required drug for matching the natural disease. This scope of homeopathic mathematica is not found in other system of therapeutics. Wide range of symptoms for a single drug. We get a wide range of symptoms from one person to another during proving. This is the greatest scope in homeopathic system, not found in other systems of medicine. Large number of drugs for various conditions. There are several deep acting remedies in homeopathic mathematica with wide sphere of action, so there is no difficulty in choosing the minimum. Homeopathic mathematica comprises of a large number of drugs, each drug having many symptoms. Hence, in any disease, it is possible to find a minimum without much difficulty. In drug proving, the medicine is withdrawn before any organic changes take place. The altered symptomology is purely functional. So hence homeopathy is useful for treatment even before any pathological changes can take place or before a diagnosis is made. It helps in curing structural changes until and unless it is of irreversible pathology. Diagnosis is significant in homeopathic practice for individualization. Subjective symptoms are got during drug proving. While receiving a case, the patient usually narrates the subjective symptoms. As drugs have been proved on human beings, the exact sensation, location, modality, and concomitants are collected. So there occurs no such difficulty in choosing the nearest minimum. In old school, as medicines are tested upon lower animals, only the objective symptoms are got. The subjective symptoms are those symptoms which are felt by himself, like burning pain, increased thirst, etc. Our mathematica is stable and not subjected to change. Mathematica comprises of a holistic and individualistic approach. Understanding diathesis and disposition of person through Mathematica helps to find out prophylactic remedy. Relationship of remedies. Study of Mathematica helps in understanding relation existing between two or more remedies. Study of Mathematica helps in miasmatic evolution, person as well as a drug. Study of Mathematica helps in formulating questions in case taking. Let me just brief what are the scopes of homeopathic Mathematics. The drug proving itself is unique in itself, and the advantage that we have in Mathematica is because we prove the drugs on healthy human beings. And we get wide range of symptoms because of such a proving. A large number of drugs we have in Mathematica, and it is stable. Because of the relationship of remedies, we come to know what this drug, how it is related to other drugs, and what are the follow-well drugs, complementary drugs, inimical drugs, etc. By proving the drugs on healthy human beings, we get subjective symptoms which are not found in other systems of medicine as they are proved on lower animals. The drugs also tell us the miasmatic evolution of an individual, and we are having an individualistic approach because the drug proving we need to find a drug which is similar to the suffering of the individual. Now let us know what are the limitations of mathematics. Every science has its own limitation, every subject has its own limitation. Homeopathy is not an exception, and the subject Mathematica is not an exception. The true understanding of scope and limitations of Mathematica helps the homeopathic patient to be more confident on the efficacy of prescribed medicine. Let us know what are the few limitations that we have in our subject. As the proving is done on healthy human beings, the proving was not allowed to extend till it develops pathological changes. So there are no proving records available in homeopathic Mathematica on pathological changes. There is no medicine which has been proved upon the production of pathological changes. There is no special proving of dynamic drug with an intention to get pathological changes. Pathological symptoms are not being much characteristic. Example, complete atrophy, advanced malignancy, etc. So homeopathic Mathematica has limited scope in irreversible organic changes or advanced structural damages that take place. As there are no proving records available on pathological changes, do we have a solution for that? To some extent, you can find solution to this limitation. Pathological symptoms are obtained from clinical practice after being cured and from records of poisoning, as there is no special proving of dynamic drug with an intention to get pathological symptoms. The advantage with human proving is we get subjective and also objective symptoms, but we cannot go to prove till the pathological symptoms appear. But however, if we do the proving on lower animals, we can get pathological symptoms. Homeopathic Mathematica is unimaginably vast. Nobody can remember all the symptoms because of its vastness. Drugs like Epis has covered 64 pages in Herring's Guiding Symptoms, Sulfur 99 pages in Allen's Encyclopedia, and similar examples we find in Mathematica Pura. When we have a limitation, we need to find a solution for that. So can we find any solution for this unimaginable vastness of the subject? The first and the foremost solution that we can find is by repeated reading of the drugs. To some extent, we can solve this, but however, any human mind cannot remember everything. So we can take the help of repertory, and nowadays these repertories have been incorporated in the form of softwares. So by using software applications like Mathematica Lite, Homepath, Radar, or any other such software will help us to solve the problem of the vastness of Mathematica. Another disadvantage that we have is there are no objective symptoms. No proving records are available on objective symptoms. So the clinical practice and observation will help us to solve this problem. In acute emergencies, there is very limited scope for homeopathic drugs in an acute emergency. So the solution here is actually the lack of knowledge regarding the application of drugs in acute emergencies is the problem that we have. Thereby, there is no courage and so not being applicable practically. However, there are physicians who are handling acute emergencies very successfully. One among is Dr. Sunirma Sarkar from West Bengal and Dr. Adil Chintanwala, one of the eminent homeopaths dealing with acute emergency conditions, especially cardiac complaints, and Dr. Amar Sinha D. Nikum dealing with such conditions in Aditya Homeopathic Hospital, Pune, Maharashtra. There are drugs called as rare drugs. These are nothing but partially proved drugs. These drugs, because they are partially proved, we don't often find the chance to use them, so we call them as rare drugs. And the solution here is, if we reprove these drugs again on many provers with the guidelines given by Hahnemann, we will find more number of symptoms and the utilization of such drugs becomes more. We express our sensations depending on our vocabulary. In proving, it is difficult to express sensations by words. In proving, the practitioners attempted to characterize about 30 modifications of the sensation of pain by much descriptive words like aching, boring, tearing, tingling, etc. But in many cases, it is extremely difficult or even impossible to represent our sensations by words. It is very difficult to express the feeling of a particular sensation or, for example, pain. It's even more difficult to convert them into rubrics and find them in the repertories. There are few words which can't be even found in the repertory. This remains as a problem. It also depends on the vocabulary of the individual. Another problem that we face in the limitations of homeopathic mathematica is lack of authenticity. Most provers who participated in homeopathic drug proving were non-medical people and laymen. Thus, many symptoms lack authenticity in drug proving. So, can we find a solution for this lack of authenticity? If it is considered as a limitation, then actually the symptoms have to be confirmed from the prover by the person who is conducting the proving. Or else non-medical men are very close to nature and give us exact symptoms what they are suffering. Lack of sufficient female provers. The female symptoms are less because the female provers are less. So the solution that we can find for this is to start proving these drugs again on more number of females. When we go through our Mathematica, we find very less drugs indicated for children's because proving was not much conducted on children's. So very less drugs are available for pediatric cases. The solution that we can find for such problem is that we should start conducting proving on children's. Drugs on surgery. In homeopathic Mathematica, there are no dependable specifics or of preoperative, postoperative or preventable drugs available. It has little scope in the field of surgery, contraception, drug-induced abortion, and anesthesia, etc. So there are no dependable specifics. There is no single complete book available in homeopathic Mathematica. There is no book on Mathematica which we can claim to be complete and containing. Mathematica is considered to be imperfect. There are hundreds of venomous snakes and thousands of scorpions, but only few have been properly proven. It is evident that there is a very thin line of demarcation between the scope of homeopathy and its limitations. The physician may very well understand the scope and limitations of homeopathy, but each physician must also be governed by his own individual judgment and the circumstances of the case. Hence, there will always be differences of opinion between individual physicians under such circumstances. How to overcome limitations? What do you think can be done to overcome the limitations? Your views and methods, please let me know in the comment box. So I request all the viewers to go through this video thoroughly and put their comments in comment box with respect to the scope and limitations and any suggestions, anything, solutions that we can find for the limitations that we are having in homeopathic Mathematica. Thank you, my dear friends, for staying with me throughout the video. If you like the channel, please subscribe and don't forget to hit the bell so that you will receive further videos.